Okay, this video is for the language of algebra. Okay, it's for worksheet 3-1. We are over halfway through this course if you're on this worksheet. And if you're in my class, I'm about ready to throw up the answers and you can grade your work. If you're not and you want to learn this live, please look down in the description and see the link. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to throw those answers up here. So there you go. Here are the answers to this worksheet. If you're in my class, please pause and grade yourself right now. And if you're, and whenever you're ready, we'll talk about this. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you've paused, and I'm going to zoom in on this worksheet. Okay, so first we're going to do this table. So my expression is x plus 4, and I'm going to put values in for x. So in the first one, it tells me to put -2. Remember I said put it in parentheses so you know if you need it. -2, don't need it, doesn't mean adding together. Multiplication, so I don't need to include that. But -2 plus 4, so I owe $2, but I have $2. But I have $4, I have $2, right? Because that's like, I take away 2 from the 4. All right, so let's put -1 in for x. I evaluate that this does not mean multiplication, so I don't need it. I owe $1, but I have $4 in my pocket. I have $3 in my pocket, right? And then this one, I put 2 in for the x. I don't need it. It doesn't mean multiplication. So it's just 2 plus 4, which is 6. All right, in the next 3 questions, we're given this expression, and we're given 2 things to throw in for the x and the y. So in this first one, I'm putting -1 in for x, so 3 times -1, and a +1 in for y. Now in this case, I do need the parentheses because the parentheses mean multiplication. So 3 times a -1. Well, I have a negative and a positive number, which means my answer will be negative. 3 times 1 is 3. In this one, I have 2 positive numbers, so my answer will be positive, and 2 times 1 will be 2. If I have -3, I owe -3 on my credit card, and all I have is $2 to pay it off. I still owe $1. All right, in this one, we're using the same expression, 3x plus 2y, and I'm filling in 1/2 for the x and -5 for the y. So first I do my multiplication, order of operations, don't forget it. 2 times 1/2 is 3/2, or 1.5, or 1.5, however you want to write it, okay? 2 times a -5 is going to be a -10. Okay, so this is saying I owe $10 and I only have $1.50 if I wrote it. I'm going to actually write that as a decimal because I didn't write it as a decimal this time, but that is a possible answer you could give. So if I owe $10, because it's -$10, if I owe $10 on my credit card and I have $1.50, I owe $8.50, and that would be negative. So you could write it like this. You could also write it like that. All right, so my expression is 3x plus 2y. I got to place in my -10 for x and my -12 for y. Do my multiplication first. 3 times a -10 is a -30. 3 times a -12 is a -24. Okay, so I'm adding together my debt. Both of them are positive, so I'm going to add them together and get 54. Because they're both negatives, so I add them together. Because they're both negatives, my answer will also be negative. All right, keep working this until it makes more sense, and let me know if you need more help. And if you don't, then go on to the next one.